Yo, that Lady Gaga performance at Coachella was crazy. So I'm on East Coast time. So the concerts, her performance started like around 2:10 in the morning. And because Missy Elliott was on before her, and Missy was great. Missy did like 45 minutes. Man, that crowd was dead. But I think the crowd was dead because that crowd, there was a younger crowd, so they probably grew up more with Gaga than they did with Missy. Even though Missy's dances and all that was fantastic. Missy's been around for way over 25 years. So almost 30. We're getting close to 30 years now with Missy Elliott. And I don't know. The crowd just wasn't as into it as they should be. Hopefully they'll actually have a better crowd next week. So shout out to Missy Elliott. But Gaga, let me tell you something. That Mayhem album, because I heard a few songs off that album. She performed a ton of songs off Mayhem at Coachella. And that album was really good. It's probably either her second or third best album. If Fame is her best album, Mayhem is either right after the Fame Monster or ahead of the Fame Monster. But it's definitely in her top three of best albums. And she mixed it in with like Poker Face and Just Dance. And you start thinking about those songs, and those songs are like 18 years old, 17 years old. It's like, oh my God. It don't feel like she's been around that long. But the beautiful thing about her performance is that it wasn't a Coachella performance. You got a full-on 2-hour concert. By the time I went to sleep, it was way after 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like I was so tired. But it was like a full-on Lady Gaga performance. It's not even Coachella. I don't think you should even compare any of the performances at Coachella to Lady Gaga. That's a totally different entity. And it's crazy because I think the set design was like a theater house. And she said, she wanted to do a theater house. And it looked just like a theater house. It didn't like you were in the desert. It was like a complete, like you said, a theater in the desert. She had all these dancers. And the thing is, it was like little vignettes throughout the performance. Like they did one performance on a chessboard, which is fantastic. The performance in the sandbox with the skeletons. I did not think you could make skeletons sexy. I didn't know you could be sexy in a sandbox. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so, I don't think we give her enough credit. I don't think we give Lady Gaga enough credit what a great performer she is. But Gaga, she came through in the 2000s, late in like around 2008. And she is last of an era who watched Madonna and Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson and Prince and Bruce Springsteen, where you saw artists perform to exhaustion. That's why I don't have a lot of respect for artists who just walk around and twerk. It's okay, you walk around, you turn around, and you twerk. Like, what is that? I mean, it's cool, but you're not twerking to exhaustion. No. When I see someone like Gaga, Beyonce, Rihanna, and Taylor, and even Katy Perry when they were performing, and I'll throw Taylor Swift in there because she was younger, but she came through that era too. All these women that was around that 2008 to 2010 era, they grew up watching Madonna, Prince, Michael, Janet, Springsteen, just even someone like Celine Dion to a certain extent. People who just performed their heart out, gave you everything they got. And when you thought they were done, they gave you more. I feel so bad for kids today when they go to some concerts where they're paying a lot of money, but they're not getting that level of performance. Like when you finish watching Gaga at Coachella, you had to be tired. Not because it was late, just she did so much. She's singing live, which a lot of people don't do. She got a great voice. She dances. She has all these little acting things that's mixed in there. She played. She did "Shallow" on a keyboard. She also did "Die with a Smile." That was if there was any point that was like kind of like It's like when she did "Die with a Smile" and there was no Bruno because you was hoping like maybe Bruno will show up, but he didn't. Maybe he'll show up in week 2. But that's the only part. That's the only part of everything she did where you felt like, man. Other than that, that performance is A plus. Some people say it's the best performance at Coachella. They say it's probably Beyonce and her. I didn't see the Beyonce performance, but people always raved about that. But I can't see another performance this weekend that's gonna top hers at all. I think there's going to be some very good performance moving forward. I think Green Day is going to do fine. I think Travis Scott's going to do fine. But I just from sheer talent, ideas, choreography, music, I don't know you're going to get a better performance than Lady Gaga at Coachella. So tell me what you think. What do you think about Lady Gaga's performance at Coachella? I will say one thing, because I haven't heard Born This Way in a long time, and I was listening to it. And it's like when you see Madonna talk about Lady Gaga, sometimes it's almost slightly dismissive. And you listen to Born This Way, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. It does sound like Vogue and Express Yourself. I tend to forget. But other than that, Gaga is her own entity. She's her own brand. She is her own. The only other person I can think of today, I guess Bruno Mars. Like Bruno Mars popped up around 2010, so I guess maybe Bruno too. Like you add Bruno, he is also a person that watched Prince and Michael. Like, is there anyone today, for my younger folks out there, are there anybody today who came out after 2015? I'll say in the last 10 years. Who you think has the same type of performance level of a Lady Gaga or Beyonce or Bruno, that they give you everything they got and then give you more, and they look like they should be totally exhausted by the time they get off stage because they left everything on the stage? Is there anybody who's came out in the last 10 years that you felt like, that's not just that's a show. That is a damn experience. And I will never forget this performance for the rest of my life? Is there anybody in the last 10 years that's come out like that? I can't think of anybody that debuted after 2015. So shout out to Lady Gaga. I'll be looking forward to week 2. Now, it got to be difficult. She'll probably end up doing maybe the same set as in week 2, but knowing her, you got to think she's going to add some new wrinkles to it. But man, that set was so expansive with the theater. The only thing I can think of is she adds like different songs. But if let me tell you something. If Lady Gaga tears down that whole complete set with the theater and give you something completely different, she's just one of the best artists of all time. If she gives you a completely different set with a completely different look and give you the same type of energy, that's almost like she would solidify herself as the greatest performer ever at Coachella. But most likely, she'll probably do the same set again, but just with some added wrinkles to it. So shout out to Lady Gaga and shout out to Missy Elliott. That damn audience didn't appreciate her, but I appreciate Misdemeanor. So good.